All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Are you ready?
we get to steal their naturalist. How about a spirit too? All right, everybody, it's time for
Round 2.
let's steal you. Let's steal you. So I'm hoping this minus on this Teferi will find us the invoke that we need. And it does, baby. You know what that means. It's time.
For round 3.
This poor guy. This poor guy, man. This poor guy. Round 3. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, and they've had enough. They said round 3 is enough for me, fam. All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have an amazing video for you guys because we are running an AZORIUS control list, and it is an absolute banger because we are running the creature that has now become my favorite creature of all time, Jin Gitaxias, and we're going to be copying spells, but not just any spells. We're going to be copying sorcery spells that allow us to steal our opponent's creatures. So this is going to get out of hand pretty quickly when it comes to the late game, and it is pretty annoying to play against. But before I get too far into this video, if you're new here and you find any value in today's video, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it is a free way to help support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it so much. With that being said, let's quickly get through this because we got a lot of gameplay footage for you guys today. The idea is simple. I built this deck around the idea of Jin Gitaxias copying yet another invoke spell. This time we're not doing the invoke the despair from the black side. We're going to be doing the blue side of things. We're going to be doing invoke the winds, and we're going to be stealing our opponent's creatures or artifacts, whatever you decide you want to do. But most of the time, creatures is going to be up for grabs. So how are we going to copy this? Well, Jin Gitaxias is our creature that's going to allow us to copy any sort of instant and sorcery spells, you know, the moment you cast them. Once every single turn, you get to pull this off, and paired with the, you know, stealing of a creature, pretty sweet combo, and it leads to some really interesting games. The rest of the deck is a very probably a very obvious control looking shell for you guys. I'm sure you've seen versions of this many times, but we went with the Celestis package because of the ramp mechanic of getting into a Jin Gitaxias sooner. We've also got Teferi, which can untap the Celestis as well as the land to help us ramp into our spells like the Invoke and Jin, because the Invoke does have 5 mana, but 4 of it is devoted to blue, so sometimes it's kind of hard to get that. And when you have a Teferi being able to untap Celestis and an additional land, you should have no problem being able to cast this spell. We've got a full playset of Sunset Revelries, 2 Jawaris, a full playset of Negate. I'm 100% on the Negate train right now. This thing has been rocking for us lately. It is absolutely phenomenal, especially with what's going on in the meta. We've got a full playset of Memory Deluge, which is not a card you really want to copy with the Jin because you're not going to get the full effect of it. Speaking of copied spells, as you can see, we got 3 Starnheim Unleashed in here, and the reason being is because, again, it's just another really big explosive spell we can copy with Jin and get more value out of it. But just like the Memory Deluge, it's not the most ideal thing to be copying, just because if you do foretell this, and let's say you cast it for 4 angels, you're only going to get 1 additional angel off the top because it's going to play this card for its on foretold cost when it hits that copy. So you're only going to get 1 angel out of the deal, but still not a bad exchange if you've got a Jin Gitaxias on the field and you populate 1 additional 4/4 flyer. Pretty solid combo there. We've also got Imrith, because Imrith I feel like pairs with Teferi really well. It's a really nice secondary win con. Not only does it give us card advantage when it hits our opponent, but as long as we can keep on tapping it at the end step, it's always going to have its ward ability 4. So they're going to need some instant speed removal to get rid of it, which is really nice. So I think Imrith is pretty cool, but we splashed 2 in here as an alternate win con. We've also got Amirius Call as well, because if that gets copied too, you're going to get double the angels as well. And a full play set of Doomscar, because we're going to need time. We're going to need time to get to these invokes and these Jin Gitaxias. So Doomscar is going to be our saving grace, to be honest, in most matchups. So with that being said, guys, that is the deck. I hope you enjoyed today's video and enjoy the gameplay footage because it is wild, and we will see you guys back here at the end for some final thoughts. Peace. Whoa, it's Mr. Steal Your Girl. That's the theme today, man. It's Mr. Steal Your Creatures today. We're gonna be playing Invoke the Winds and hopefully copying it today. And we've got a pretty cool list to do it with, man. I don't know if I like this opening hand. I don't know if I like it. That's a little better. That's a little better. That's something I can get down with a little bit better. Sunset Revelry could be a great card, could be a dead card. Don't know yet. I like having one Jin in hand. That's fine. I'll probably throw one of these back. I may regret that though. If they're like a creature-based deck, this could be a pretty big mistake to throw away a Sunset. We'll see. And they're gonna be like an enchantment-based aggressive deck. All right, let's go ahead and not Sunset yet. Let's hold the negate. Negate could hit a pretty good enchantment here if it's like Selesnya. It is Selesnya. Okay, and it does hit a good enchantment. Look at that. It's like I know these things. It's like we know things. All right, let's go ahead and still not play the Sunset. Not really worth it at the moment. We can get better value for it later. Looking for some card draw with it. That's what I really want to see. But we did just draw to Teferi though, so that's gonna help with the card draw situation. All right. I might just hold up Memory Deluge here on this next play. Ooh, or not. Maybe we do this. Maybe we foretell this. We hit the Sunset Revelry for full value. And then next turn we have Teferi to untap our creatures and lands and all that fun stuff. That's not good. We don't like that thing. That is a problem. That is what we call a problem, ladies and gentlemen. A problem that's not easily fixed either. I guess drawing a card here is pretty advantageous. All they have is the two dogs. Like, no attacks. All they have are the two dogs. We have Starnheim Unleashed ready to go. I'm actually very curious to see if the Starnheim Unleashed, because we are paying an X value for it, if it's going to copy with the Jin or if it's just going to copy by playing the additional one angel. I'm actually very curious to see. I think we're only going to get one additional angel out of the play when we do it, but it is what it is. So we can play Jin next turn, which is pretty sweet. A little bit early. And then we'll try to copy the Starnheim on the following turn. We'll see what's up. The problem with this, though, this whole situation is that they're building quite the board state. And by next turn, they'll be attacking it for quite a bit of damage. Artifacts, 0. Creature, you. Land, you. Go get him, Jin. And we will pass the turn again, just holding up our defenses here. We're at 24 life total, which feels pretty good at this point in the game when we have a Jin down. And we're going to counter their next spell, which is also pretty sweet. If it's a spell, that is. If it's an enchantment or, you know, if it's a creature, which more than likely it's going to be one of those two things, we won't be able to counter it. So. All right, that's pretty brutal, but I can chump block that. As long as there's no trample effects coming through here, we should be okay for this turn. All right, that kills the Teferi. All right, that's fine with me. All right, so Jin's not going to do a very good job of countering really anything against this opponent, which is totally fine. Wish I would hit a land there because I could have done one additional angel here. So I can do 2 angels currently. I haven't played this card in a while. Just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, let me make sure I'm doing this right. I haven't played this card in so long. It's actually slipped my mind here. If this spell is going to create X of those tokens instead. So yeah, so it's 1, no, it's 2, 2, Yeah, so it can do 2. I just want to make sure I did that right. Let's see if I get the 2 or if I get just the 1 additional. Yeah, see, we only get the 1 additional. That's unfortunate. Totally fine, I guess. It's just not the most ideal. I was hoping to get the double effect. That would have been really, really cool, but 1 additional angel is still an additional angel, you know what I'm saying? Can't be too upset about that. Plus, next turn, we start swinging in with Flying Vigilance. Like, that's pretty broken. And then we foretell another one. It's going to be even bigger. Easy chump block for us here. This thing's almost out, so that's good. It's almost on its third saga, so feeling pretty good about that. All right, more land is not a bad thing.
Someone call for a hero? Nothing like a change of
Ooh, I'll take the Iamrith. Let's foretell this. I could just get 2 more angels right here and now. Let me attack first. Let me think about this. Attack and you stay back. This is all damage that can't be prevented because it's in the air. Plus they have vigilance, so I could still defend on the way back, which is really sweet. I think I'm just gonna foretell. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna foretell and set up another big angel drop here. I think we're good. I mean, I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. I think we're pretty solid. Another naturalist gives everything flying, which is pretty tough. That's pretty tough. Don't like that. Maybe I should have grabbed that Doomscar, but we'll see who kills who first, I guess. Interesting. Top deck. 3. Okay, so I can do this for 3. I'm gonna go look for a Doomscar though. I don't like that they have that many flyers, man. It might be okay. Ooh, never mind. We might be all right. We might be all right, ladies and gentlemen. I think we just hit the nuts. All right. We take their what? What do we take? This does us no good. It's not going to be as big for us, right? But it does take away one of their bigger hitters. And this thing is going to drop everything from flying once we cast this. This is going to be good. I'm going to take you because you actually generate a ton of value. And then I'm also going to take a naturalist, I think, because it has some lifelink. You're mine. You're mine. And we'll go ahead and create, you know. No, maybe not. Oh, there's the scoop. We got him. Oh man, what a game that was. That was quite the ending right there. I think minusing 2 onto Fairy was definitely the call. I was looking more for a Doomscar, but that was also really nice to hit the invoke. There it was, man. We got the copy right away. Game number 1, we got the copy the invoke. That's what I'm trying to do today, man. That's a lot of fun. Dude, Jin opens up the opportunity to just absolutely roll people. I love this card so much. I absolutely love it. We have a great starting hand here with the Doomscar ready to go. And it looks like mono green, so gonna see some value out of it for sure. Iamrith is a great body to block with early as well. Interesting. Ooh, it's Mr. Steel Girl. I feel like I should probably go blue here, but if why couldn't I just draw a land off the top there? That would have been really helpful. I think I have to go blue here. I think it's a smarter play because if we top deck another land here and it's, you know, if it's white, great. If it's not, then we're gonna want a memory deluge, you know. So it's like, yeah, because like if we would have top decked another white source this next turn and this was white as well, we wouldn't be able to go digging for cards, which could end up destroying us. We really missed our land drops. That's really disheartening. That is really a bummer. We took a 3 land hand and couldn't find the 4th. That is one of the worst feelings in this game that they can give you, is just not hitting that fourth land drop when you're ready. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do, you know? Yeah, just keep dropping free spells while I can't find land. Oh, goodness. Man, we would have had the craziest good game, I think, if we found land. I don't even think it would have been close. We had such a great hand starting. Like I said, we could have swept the board, could have got down an Imrith as a nice body to block with, and man, it just would have been a good time. We could have eventually hit the Invoke the Winds. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It is what it is, man. I don't really care if I lose games like that. It's like nothing I could have done. It is what it is. All right, you got to kind of try to shake those ones off. Nothing you can do about that. So on to the next one. Let's hope we find some mana and we'll be all right. We will be all right. Okay, yeah, this is definitely keepable. Definitely keepable. The Doom Scars are very, very helpful, obviously, in a lot of situations, as you can tell from the last game. We do need a second white source. We do find it. Let's go. All right, so this is gonna be enchantments. Enchantments is going to be a very aggressive problem to deal with, so get the Doom Scars ready to go. It's nice though, because you know, when you steal something from your opponent here, hopefully they're gonna pile up a bunch of runes and whatnot and do what they have to do, and we could steal one big creature. That'd be pretty sweet. The mana honestly couldn't be looking nicer this game. Holy cow. Dang, that's already up to a 5/5 with that, and they're gonna rune it up. Jeez. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This is a good time to hit the old Doomy Scar. The old Doom and Gloom, baby. Nothing to put their 1/1 counters on. Love to see that. All right. That's annoying, to say the least. I think now's a good time for 2 angels. Buys us a little bit more time. Buys us some more time to set up, you know, for bigger things like Invoke the Winds later down the road, and we can, you know, Doomscar later. Right now, there's no rush. They've only got 1 enchantment in play here, and it's, you know, nothing too scary. Looks like they're gonna steal an angel though, which does incite the Doomscar a little sooner, I think. No attacks, huh? Interesting. I think I just play the Celestis here and then foretell both the Starnheim and the Doomscar. Get in for an easy 4 here and then say go. Now we just need some draw spells. Hopefully a Memory Deluge finds itself on top of our deck. That'd be pretty awesome. Good old Circle of Confinement again. Stealing another token. That's pretty good. I don't like that Kami's gonna keep going back to their hand. That's what I'm really like kind of bummed out about here. But I could also just steal their 6/6 Kami. That also seems pretty brutal. I think the Doomscar is probably the safer play though. Probably, because if I steal this, it, you know, comes to my side tapped, then they can swing in for lethal. So I think the Doomscar is gonna have to do it for now. Kami goes back. What I really hope for here is that they drop the Kami and then they put a lifelink ruin on it. That would be bonkers good for us. All right, well, if I play this, I can cast what? 2 angels? Potentially? Seems pretty good. Another Doomscar also seems pretty tasty. Another Doomscar does seem pretty darn good. I like it because this time around the Kami doesn't come back, so I'm okay with that. Wedding announcement, all right. Nice. What a pull on that one, huh? What a pull on that one. I could definitely use the life gain right now, so that's extremely helpful. We go here, we get 3. Don't mind if I do. I think we're gonna win this one, ladies and gentlemen. It took a little while to get there, but I think we're gonna be able to do it after, you know, 3 Doomscars. 3 Doomscars later. All right, that's unfortunate, but yeah, that's really unfortunate because the wedding announcement's gonna trigger another. Ooh. That's not good. That is not good, ladies and gentlemen. How do we want to play this? Three mana left over if I do this. I don't know. I don't know what the right move here is. Let's go digging here. And let's grab you and you. On tap these to gain some life. And unfortunately, we have to just kind of pray that our opponent doesn't have another protection spell. Oh, I really hope they don't. I'm gambling on the fact that they don't, because that is a pretty niche thing to see in their deck, right? All right, looks like we're good. I think we're in the clear. Okay, so I was pretty nervous there for a second, but looks like we're in the clear. All right, let's go for some blue because we're probably gonna end up on tapping it depending on where the mana lies here. We have 3. Yeah, we can copy this twice. Let's do that. Let's go for the plus, gaining a bit of life here. You can stay tapped. Let's copy this. Steal both of their creatures. And attack in. And now we're looking good, baby. Holy cow, this is intense. This game is really intense. But there's the scoop. We got it. Let's go. Oh my gosh, dude. Let's freaking go. We stole all their things and oh, that felt good. That felt really good. Yeah, that win con is dirty. That is a dirty, dirty win con, dude. Like, feels bad, man. Stealing their stuff and just, I mean, it feels good for me, but I can't imagine being on the other end and just having the rest of your board just taken up by the copy of Jin. Jin is the best, man. Jin is the best creature, hands down. It's one of the last things I want to see hit the field, though, when I'm playing against an opponent. That's for sure. For an enchantment deck, though, Jin is not that scary as far as its like ability, its passive ability to, you know, counter things, because, you know, it only counters the artifacts and spells, so it's better against a control shell. But oh, it's a very aggressive deck. That's not good. Very, very aggressive. The Celestis into Teferi, hopefully, and we can find a Doomscar. Could really use a Doomscar, man. No thanks. No thank you. Usher the Fallen though. A 2-1 as a first drop is pretty brutal. Okay. Our prayers have been answered. Our prayers have been answered. Thank you, Magic Arena. Let me go ahead and just turn off my streamer privileged top decking services here. I'm good now. Thank you. Thank you guys. All right, some more blue mana is also really nice. If I drop Teferi in here and then plus to 5, we die to these two. Feels bad. I guess we just sweep the board now. They're only at 2 mana, which means they missed a land drop or 2. They've missed 2, I believe. So just a nice little Invoke the Winds on whatever they play here could be pretty solid. Oh yeah, pump that sucker up. One more spell. Come on, you got one more pump spell for that thing? It's only gonna be better for me. I can't really play this though without another blue source, so. And we missed the land. Okay. No problems now though, because we have Teferi, and Teferi will fix those issues. All right, now we can play the Invoke the Winds no problem as long as Teferi survives. So we gotta hope that the monk doesn't get too big to destroy the Teferi. Also, there's the problem of Fateful Absence that could also come down and kind of screw things up. They go for the pump. All right, we're good. We're good, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm actually enticed to take the Intrepid Adversary though. That actually seems better now. All right, go ahead and give me your 4/2 lifelink. That's gonna help a lot as far as our defenses go. Let's pass the turn. I could drop a 5/5 angel there, but I think I'm okay with just the 4/2 here. Oh, okay, they're gonna portable hole. Interesting. All right, so the monk goes to 4/4 again. It can't kill Teferi still, so I doubt they're gonna, put their attention there. But they probably should start thinking about it. They should probably consider it. All right, so what we'll do here is we'll try to squeeze an extra angel out of the situation here. So let's go 1, 2, on tap, or tap, on tap. And now we've got what? 2, 3. So I can do 3 angels then. All right, 3 angels it is. Great defense blockers here. Also, they can attack freely over the top, and the vigilance factor is just so clutch. And that's GG's. Let's go. They had nothing to do for the angels, unfortunately. Being an aggro deck, you lack the removal tools necessary. Man, this is feels like pure domination at the moment. We're kind of bullying these aggro decks. Wonder how we'd fare against, a control deck. I wonder. I feel like with all of our negates and our Jin on the top, it's pretty good against control, but a hand like this, like obviously against control, could get us in a bit of trouble for sure. This is definitely a aggro catered hand here, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the odds and say that we're gonna run into aggro almost all night. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. I'm so tired, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. I'm gonna be yawning here. Pass. I think I'm gonna need the Jawari here for a land, clearly. I may want to consider casting Sunset Revelry as a I'm gonna Jawari that actually. Do they not have another land? That would be amazing. They do. Okay. All right, so if I play this, I don't get to draw a card, which means I missed my land drop. Fun. It's fine. Sunset should get us there, I hope. I knew I was gonna regret playing that Jawari, man. I just had this vision though where they were gonna play the monk, and they had a handful of like 1-drop spells to pump it up. So I was like, maybe we shut down the monk, we shut down their entire game plan, but wasn't the case. All right, we get another land. I'll take it. That's actually a good land though to bounce something, you know, but can't sit here and pick and choose what we decide to do. They're gonna give this thing flying. I still don't understand this card at all. As long as this creature is flying, same is true for shy. Whenever the equipped creature dies, exile it. Equipped creature gets 2/0. As long as it's exiled with this virtue has flying. Okay. I don't understand that at all. All I know is I want to keep hitting lands and eventually steal it. That'd be sweet, but I don't think I have the luxury though of actually taking that time. And we're not finding any white mana anyway, so it doesn't matter. We are going to die. We are going to die, ladies and gentlemen. We can't find mana. It's GG's. And not just mana, but white mana in particular. So, and they're drawing cards every time they hit me. That's pretty brutal. Ooh, still doesn't do anything though. If I... All right. Maybe I need to turn back on my top decking protocols. Oh, this is silly. 3 Doom Scars. Not a single land to cast it. Just getting absolutely hammered by this creature right now. Hey, look who it is. It's our old friend Land. Okay, so that creature's been exiled now. So let's see how that card actually works out. I'm very curious. All right. They oops me, which is annoying, and that rabbit battery is amazing actually because it can keep attaching itself to these creatures and then still being a threat after it's been killed. So, I mean, good games. I mean, we definitely should have beat them very easily. I mean, very easily. We had all the tools necessary. Just, you know, missing that little requirement, that little tiny requirement of, you know, land. Yeah, I was really curious whether or not that if I played that Jawari had things gone differently, but I thought about it and it really wouldn't have played out any differently because we actually needed a plains to play any of those Doom Scars, so it didn't really matter. But you might be thinking, why are you keeping this? You don't have a single plains again. Well, we have the Celestis, we have the Teferi. It should be a turn 3, turn 4 combo here that should fix all of our mana issues. All right, and we're up against Orzhov Snow. This is definitely a matchup that I'm not sure about either. I kind of figured that Orzhov Snow might be a pretty tough one too, because they use a lot of mini creatures that you don't want to utilize your stealing, you know, your stealing sorceries with. But this looks like it might be a little more aggressive. All right, it is. It's a much more aggressive list. Which is fine. This is totally fine. I'm going to Memory Deluge instead of Teferi here. And then that way we can go ahead and select our white source so we can Doomscar this board. The snow mana is telling me that this is a Blood on the Snow type of a list, I'm sure. So we should definitely expect Planeswalkers, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know what to really expect here. I'm sure we're going to see like the Wandering Emperor. It's definitely something to consider. All right, they get a land here. Let's deluge this bad boy up. Oh, come on. You're gonna make me take pain. You're gonna hurt me to play lands. That is some brutal stuff right there. Yeah, no matter which way I slice it here, it's gonna have to be some pain here. We'll do it like that. That way we get a little bit of ramp going here. And we get a creature to protect ourselves with, which is pretty awesome. We also reset the day-night cycle. That's also a little bit of life gain. I don't think I'm going to want to throw anything in my hand away, but we're going to go ahead and accept this to gain the life at least. I can invoke now as well, so that feels pretty good. I had the negate ready to go. Just no mana to cast it this turn, but they did spend 2 mana just to get rid of that that spirit token, so that's a W if you ask me. All right, so they spread the 1/1 counters out. That's interesting. All right, I was trying to do the math there. I think we're good. I think we're good. I was doing a little bit of math there in my head. We could play Teferi here. Plus Teferi. Invoke. Give me your Luminarch. Luminarch goes to 3. And we're good, man. We are good. Gaining that life now every turn with Teferi. We have a Memory Deluge we can cast again, which will refill our hand. So all of our problems, I think, are pretty much solved at the moment. Oh, but they resolve a Kaya. But of course. And they minus on my Teferi. That's pretty good. It's fine though. If they want to attack here, I will actually allow it, and then I will steal their Architect and attack in. I wish they would have attacked there. All right, give me the Architect. They're gonna have to protect Kaya here, and now they don't have a creature to plus up on, which I'm sure will change here in just a moment. I'm sure they're gonna play something that they can put a plus counter with the Kaya on. We'll see what it turns out to be. Oh, they wanted to try to cast a Lulth. Well, look at that mistake that they just made there. They should have just played a creature that I couldn't negate. But nobody expects the negate. I mean, you can't blame them. Nobody expects a negate. We'll be getting our little 1/1 spirits now, which is nice. And I think I'm just gonna hold our Memory Deluge here. Ooh, I like the negate off the top, just for a little good measure there, just in case they want to cast a little Blood in the Snow action. I like it. I like it a lot. There's my top decks going ham again. Oh, you're kidding. You're kidding. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. They are locked out officially with that negate coming off the top of our deck again. Their only hope's Blood on the Snow, which I'm sure they have. They always have their only hope. But hey, I've got myself another negate, so fair is fair, I guess, right? They get their best top deck, I get mine. GG. Man, this deck's a lot of fun. I haven't played Azorius in a while, and I'm happy we decided to do it this way, man. Copying the invoke with the Jin. I knew when I did it in Dimir that it, I had to give it a try. I had to give it a try with the stealing creatures. I felt like it was just too fun of a thing to pass up on. This hand is interesting. I'm only keeping it because we have the Doomscar. Not having a second white source here or like a Celestis kind of scares me a bit. I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully we get there. I'm gonna have faith. I'll have faith in the deck to pull through for us here. And there's the Celestis. There we go. I should have known I would have got this before I would have found a Plains, even though the odds would have differed the other way. But all right, I'm sure I'm gonna be able to cast the Jawari here for sure. We saw the Naturalist coming from about 1.5 miles away. Going first against this deck feels pretty solid. I don't think they're going to be able to stop what we have for him here. As long as we draw right, we should be okay. I should be able to play Teferi this next turn in minus, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. We might have to just Doomscar here. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna just Doomscar here. Keep it clean, keep it simple. Keep it clean and simple, baby. Ooh, they're running red. Okay. That's actually better for us, I think, because when we steal a creature, they're gonna hopefully have pumped it a bunch of times with their runes. All right, Teferi. Come on down, and then I will actually plus so I can hold my negate open because they didn't play a creature this turn, which means that they might be holding a handful of like hollowed hauntings and stuff. So negate's coming down here. I think this turn pretty good here. This should be a pretty good read, I think. Hollowed haunting, is that what it is? Okay, you're gonna do that instead. Ouch, feels bad. We'll take this. Not that it's gonna do us any good. I might as well draw a card here. Why not? Okay, it's another land. They don't have a second red source. There's the Hollowed Haunting that I called last turn. I thought for sure they were gonna play it last turn, but they wanted to try to activate the Den of the Bugbear instead. They don't have a second red source though. They're looking to just draw cards, so they're getting a little desperate with the runes. I like that. Sure. Let's go get another card here. This is just gonna be, no offense, but kind of a beatdown from this point, I think. We've got them squared away pretty good. If they want to cast another like Hollowed Haunting, I could also kind of full send with the Memory Deluge looking for another negate. We could probably go that direction. That's probably the worst possible card for us to see them hit. And we get ourselves a Jin off the top. That is amazing. So hopefully they cast a couple of creatures here. Nice, there's one. Because we could steal everything with Jin. It's going to be really, really good. There's one creature. Just one? All right. Well, there goes our Teferi more than likely. Oh, they go face. Interesting. They're getting a little aggressive. Oh, because the 1/1 that they generate. Oh, they still go to the face with the 1/1 though. That seems like a mistake, but to each their own, I suppose. I don't know if we have enough mana to do both. We're gonna try though. Let's see what we get left with here. Plus this. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not enough. 1, 2, 3. So I could double this though and get 2. I can get 4 blockers. I mean, I might as well. No, let's actually. Yeah, let's do it. Jin's gonna counter anything, you know. I guess I don't get. I guess I don't get both though, huh? Because once I get the 2 on the second spell, it actually is gonna not work because we have more creatures than them. So, all right, tiny mistake there for sure. Tiny mistake. All right, yeah, keep pumping up your one creature. I'm gonna actually really enjoy this. Hollowed Haunting, that's tough. I wish I would have held my negate open for that. Gosh darn it, Matthew. What were you thinking by playing that Sunset Revelry? That actually is probably gonna cost me. A 9/9 Trampler, that's annoying. That is annoying. We might want these later actually. Let's keep those. Let's keep those. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you ready?
We get to steal their naturalist. How about a spirit too? All right, and let's go ahead and plus gaining a bit of life here, tapping you down, on tapping you. And let's get in for some damage. Very nice. Very nice. All right, showdown of the Scalds coming in hot. Just kidding. Not actually coming in hot. All right, here comes the 1/1 counters, making it an 8/8 trampler now because it's modified. Oh, geez. I'll take it though. I'll take it. It sucks, but I'll take it. It's a lot of land, right? You get 1 land. All right, cool. All right, everybody, it's time for
Round 2.
Let's Steal You. Let's Steal You. And we're gonna go ahead and attack on in with everybody. So they hit me with a nice yes, everybody go. Everybody go. And we'll tap for, yeah, we'll tap for all 4 here. Memory deluge it up. Gosh darn it, what a bad deluge. All right, well, plus on tapping you, on tapping you, on tapping you. Here we go. Gaining a bit of life as well. No creatures to put your little 1/1s on. Gonna have the cat. Actually, they've got the Den of the Bugbear too. We gotta be careful. I can't forget that they have that. That's gonna slip my mind, and it's gonna cost me, I'm sure. Ooh, another Scalds is the card off the top of your deck, even though we stopped one and you played another one. That's your 3rd Scalds, bro. All right, looks like we're just gonna have to find our 3rd invoke. That's what it looks like to me. All right. Rune of Sustenance. Man, that thing is getting big. If only I can find another invoke, that would be great. The problem is if I cast a Memory Deluge, right, it's gonna get copied by the Jin. We can't have that spell getting copied. We're gonna have to find another spell for our Jin to copy. So I'm hoping this minus on this Teferi will find us the invoke that we need. And it does, baby. You know what that means. It's time
For round 3.
This poor guy. This poor guy, man. This poor guy. Round 3. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, and they've had enough. They said round 3 is enough for me, fam. All right. Jeez. That's gonna do it for today's gameplay footage, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed playing it. As you couldn't tell from that last game, I was having a lot of fun with this thing, man. It is wild what it can do. I am a big fan of Jin Gitaxias plus any invoke spell. The invoke spells are actually all really cool. Especially Invoke Despair. Probably my favorite combo to hit is the Invoke Despair with the Jin, but Invoke the Wilds is a very close second, especially if your opponent's got actual creatures on the field that you're stealing. It is wild. And what I love about the Invoke the Winds is that there's no creature tied behind it. Like, let's say the Mind Flayer, I think is the name of the card, but you know, have a creature come on the field, you steal their creature, but if something happens to your Mind Flayer, you lose their creature. So I really like that it's just a flat out sorcery that says steal creature, and you get full value from it, which is really nice. The on tap mechanic on it too is really nice as well. I really like the deck, man. I think it plays extremely well. I think there are some changes that could be made to make it a little bit better. Before I talk about those though, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's made it this far into the video. As always, thank you so much for making it this far, because you guys help the algorithm a lot by pushing my videos out to more people by staying this long. So thank you. Gives me a lot of watch time. I appreciate you for that. And yeah, let's talk about the changes. So I think the deck is pretty well built and it has some really good ideas, but it could definitely use some tweaking. Some things that I think that could be tweaked out of this thing would be, starting things off, Imrith. We didn't see a whole lot of Imrith today, so can't really hold it against the card. Can't really say it did well, that it didn't do well, whatever it may be. I thought it'd be a really nice secondary type of a backup win con with the Teferi, you know, being able to untap it and keeping its ward mechanic on. I think it's a little bit like it's okay. It's an okay idea. And especially if we're going to be prioritizing trying to get Jin down here, I think we should really focus more on big explosive spells that can win you the game. The problem is with the you know, white and blue, you don't really have those big game ending sorcery spells aside from a handful, right? So we got Invoke the Winds, which is really great. We got a full play set of. I might want to actually cut this and maybe throw in like 2 more Amirius Calls, because Amirius Call is an actual game ending spell, right? It creates these angels, plus it gives your other creatures indestructibility for a turn, which could be pretty key if you've casted, you know, let's say a Starnheim Unleashed, right? So adding a few more Amirius Calls could be interesting. Maybe even adding in 1 Seagate Restoration for some crazy card draw, especially if you're talking about Jin Gitaxias being on the field. I don't like that the Starnheim only produces 1 additional angel with the Jin out there either. I'm all about maximizing the potential of your copies, right? Like if I'm going to try to create synergies through Jin Gitaxias, I want to go all in. I want the whole deck as smooth as possible as far as like everything. If I get a Jin on the field, I don't want there to be a bad draw, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like white and blue just don't have a whole lot of big explosive sorcery spells or instant speed spells that, you know, are going to win you necessarily the game at that moment in time. So it is hard to kind of get that going, but I do think with 2 more Amirius Calls in place of the Imrith and maybe like 1 Seagate Restoration, that could help as well. And maybe we can even throw in, because you know, we're drawing a lot of cards. Let's say if we do want to throw in Seagate Restoration and focus more on card draw, we can turn this into, you know, what is his name? Shoot, Planeswalker. What am I thinking of, guys? Creates the dog illusions. Mordekinen. You could throw some Mordekinen in here as well and create some big dogs if you want, as another alternate win con instead of Imrith, and then focus more on those Seagate Restorations for some card draw. This could be anything, right? So Azorius Control is kind of your oyster, right? You can do whatever you want with it. It's, as long as it's a solid control deck, it attacks the meta properly, and you have a big top end that wins you the game, you're solid. You could go with the Kraken win con with this, but I like the idea of the Jin Gitaxias Invoke the Winds as our main primary win con, and I really want to focus on that, but it could be tweaked in so many different ways, guys. We can go around and around on this forever, to be honest with you. I personally liked where it's at though, and I'm not gonna mess with it too much. I might, like I said, I might cut this and just add 2 of these. It'll help with our mana issues as well, to just have a ton of mana like that, but also having these as spells is pretty darn good, especially if you're talking about copying them. So that's my ideas on the changes. If you guys have any ideas as well on how to make this deck any better, always leave comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the deck and what you thought about it, and I would really appreciate that, because comments also help the algorithm as well. So appreciate all the you know, engagement you guys are willing to give on the channel. So thank you so much, and thank you for watching all the way to the end. Again, I really do appreciate it. Before I leave though, huge shout out as always to the Mardu Mob, man. The names that you're going to see here appearing on the screen is my Mardu Mob members. These are members here on the channel that do a monthly membership to be part of the Mardu Mob, and I really appreciate everything they do for me. Not just the memberships, but just their engagement here in the community, and the types of people you know they are, and that I found out the type of people that they are, and they are just some of the best people in the world, man, honestly. And I can't thank you enough for everything you guys do. And yeah, man, I appreciate you so much. Tonight is Wednesday. Tonight will be a stream. If you guys want to come on over to the stream, I will be playing against you guys on that stream. We'll be having some games and a lot of fun, so I'd love to see you guys there. But yeah, appreciate all you guys. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I've rambled on long enough, and we'll see you guys back here on Friday if I don't see you in the stream. Till next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.